Alrighty, guys. Today is July 16th, Wednesday, 2025. We had CPI today at, was it 8:30 New York time? And we, today was a good day. Today was a really good day. We made about 1,200 today. After a very small loss, I re-entered. Bias was right. Target was right. Just entered a little bit too early. So off market open, we kind of bounced up, swept data highs, and all this buy side here. We weren't really bouncing out of a PD array or anything. Kind of. There's like an hourly there. But I didn't want to jump in too soon, and it wasn't super clean here, obviously. But I went for this first entry, I think off of this, inversing this volume imbalance. But you can see I was barely stopped out here. My stop loss was like above these highs. But then I re-entered off of this 5-minute inverse right here, which falls in my rules because we hadn't swept this low yet. Of course, we've swept other internal lows, but it wasn't the main targets that I was going for. So this 5-minute entry still was validated, and we just kind of wrote it down. I mean, it was honestly a really quick trade. It was like a minute and a half, but there was like barely any drawdown on this trade. I like this one because we bounced out of first presented, swept these equal highs right here, and inversed the 5-minute, and created an order block. Just really clean. This move was, again, fast, and the target was clear. This is a lot of LRLR right here. Low resistance liquidity run. And yeah, that's about it, really. But the big news is we passed. Today we have passed our Eval. Our first 50K has been passed ever. I've been trading for about 9 months with ICT concepts. I started prop firms maybe 6 months ago. Actually, no, maybe 5 months ago, 4 months ago. So I'm still technically not a baby, but I don't have that much screen time. So this is a big milestone for me, passing at my first 50K funded. What I'm gonna do from this point on is just I'm gonna paper trade for probably the rest of this week, just because I got a lot of like nerves. They're probably not gonna go away. They're probably gonna come back when I activate the account and sit down and try to trade it. But I am going to be halving my size. To pass this account, I was using 2 minis, but I'm going to be taking it down to 1. I'm going to risk about maybe 10 to 12, 13 points a trade, and I'm going to target 15 to 25, 30 points, however much. The really nice thing about trading with minis is the profits are so fast. I've been trading micros before this pretty much the entire time, and my max position was always 5 contracts. So the fact that I can make more with just 2 or 1 mini in like 25 points than I would in like some of my 75 point plus trades on 5 micros with partials is just absurd. And I think I passed this account because I finally made the decision to switch to minis, and I think it's a really good booster and accelerator in terms of showing you what you're doing wrong, but if you're doing right, doing things right, you are rewarded vastly more than minis. At least in my opinion, at least in my experience. I mean, obviously, I've been trading 4 or 5 months on prop firms before this using micros, and I hadn't passed them. It just takes forever, and I don't know. But yeah, I am happy. I'm looking forward to next week. I'm gonna try to maybe take a trade on it next week once I get all the finalizing done and it's finally, migrated over to an official Express account. And then from there, it's just trying to, take really clean wins. Apex has some payout rules, but basically you just need, for the first 3 payouts, I think you need like $2,600. You need like whatever your drawdown is plus $100 as a buffer, and then you can request up to 500 unless you get more. And you need 8 trading days, 5 of which are profitable with $50 or more. And yeah. So who knows, maybe we'll be getting there's a chance we'll be getting some payouts soon. I'm not trying to get my hopes up too much though, because I am still getting used to this. I really don't know too much about the back end stuff of these prop firms. I don't know how to like cycle accounts or any of that shit. I just know that this was a big milestone for me, and I will definitely be, I think once, I think my first payout or my first 2 payouts are when I'll start really cracking down on like how to copy trade and open up other accounts and try to pass those really fast. So yeah, that is the update. Today was mediocre price action. Kind of choppy, but we passed the account, $1,200 day, recovered our loss, and just absolutely stoked to see what comes. I hope you guys are doing well as well. I know price action, just the market in general, has been pretty crazy recently. So, but hey, we passed. Let's go. Fucking hyped. But anyways, I'll leave it at that, guys. I appreciate your support. I know the channel's small, but really just using this to document my journey. I'm not trying to chase clout or anything, and that day that I make it, I'm not gonna be selling a fucking course or anything. It's just not worth the time. But I'm excited. Great day today. Passed the eval, my first eval ever. Pretty good trade. And I'm excited. I'm gonna be working towards that first payout, for sure. I'm gonna be working towards that first payout. That's my next goal. Is to, by the end of the year, maybe make $2,000 off of payouts in the next. I think I could do that. I think I can make it before December. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. Thanks for watching, and as always, be safe, be smart, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.